Welcome to another exciting episode 6, actually, of season 1, Behind the Blueprints. Today, we have a very exciting guest. Joe is one of our mechanical engineers, and it's very exciting to have Joe here. Joe is our global citizen du jour. He is a little bit of everything. He's a little bit European, a little bit Caribbean, a little bit American. I don't know, Joe, am I missing something?
Not, not, no, you're on the ball.
And somewhere in there, he became a mechanical engineer, guest lecturer at a community college in St. Lucia, and basically now a resource for myself when I want to take a cruise to the Caribbean. Is that right?
That's correct.
How long have you been here? A year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, year and a half.
Year and a half. Joe, you have to tell me your background. I'm fascinated by this. When you told me you are Swedish American, but you grew up in St. Lucia, a beautiful island in the Caribbean. However, you went to school for a period of time in Sweden, but you don't speak Swedish.
Well, first of all, Bill, it's an honor to be here. You want me to start with my name. So, Arian Joe Lindberg. I'm actually a junior. So, my dad, in many regards, my dad, Arian Lindberg, he was an engineer. He's passed on. My dad was Swedish and my mom St. Lucian, and I was born in St. Lucia. Grew up there and basically from there studied in my first degree. Well, I went through school in St. Lucia. I actually did about a year and a half in Sweden
And then
as
you went to
well.
Cuba.
Yeah, studied in Cuba, got a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, went back to St. Lucia and started up a career. I
So you studied mechanical engineering.
mechanical engineering. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's got
right.
to be pretty neat to go to college in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it was cool. So, I mean, there were aspects of Cuba that's very similar, like the beaches, the sites, the etc. But for the most part, the education was good enough, was very decent, I would say. It did help me a lot. I did already have a basic technical background because my dad
Your
loved.
dad was an engineer.
Yes, and he also what he loved doing besides he specialized more in like resort and building maintenance.
Okay.
So he was like chief engineer of hotels and stuff. But what his passion really was in engineering was he liked machine shops. So back then, it wasn't too big on the digital. You had more of the CNC wasn't that big yet. So he had his machine shop with lathes and shapers and welding equipment. He did all of that. And I kind of grew up, that was what I grew up to. So from a kid, from as early as 8 years old, I'm in this shop, sweeping it up, sorting out bolts, nuts, washers getting dirty, have my little junior overall and
Building contraptions.
yeah, oh, that was the greatest part of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Anything you want to conceptualize, you could build. You could build in metal or wood, but we specialize in metal, so it was a lot of fun. It's like a boys playground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. By the time I was 18, I did a lot of duct fabrication from 15 to 18. I became quite a well-known duct fabricator on the island.
Do they still know that? Do you go
No,
back
they
there and
don't.
people point it out?
Some of my work might still be around, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a
At
while.
the resort hotels, right?
Yeah, actually, my first big job was a Sandals Resort. I did the entire kitchen.
Oh my goodness. So some listeners may have been to Sandals for
Yeah,
their wedding.
Sandals Lato.
And if anyone is listening to this of our, I don't know how many listeners do we have now from behind the blueprints? Hundred thousands. I thought it was thousands, but thank you for reading. And the thousands of listeners. We may have someone out there that went to Sandals St. Lucia and sat in a dining room and said the air quality in this room feels fantastic after my long day in the sun. And little do they know that that Joe Lindberg, now an Arium employee and mechanical engineer, was responsible. So, Joe, as you were telling me earlier,
That's a
you
good
met this
start.
brilliant woman in
Yeah.
St. Lucia, and then things happened. Love was in the air, and somehow before he knew it, he was living in Washington D.C. following his then wife, or I guess
Yeah, following
following
her journey
her journey
from
to
Florida,
Georgetown,
from Florida to Georgetown. Yeah.
and carrying Swedish made furniture in pallets and
Yeah.
boxes into an apartment in
In O
Washington
Street,
D.C.
yeah, O Street,
That's
the
true.
fourth story. She was on the top
Really,
floor.
really quite similar to St. Lucia,
Yeah,
O
O
Street.
Street, yeah. It was an adventure, but yeah, so that's what kind of brought me across because yeah, she to Maryland actually because she graduated from Georgetown as a
Yeah.
scientist and apparently there are pockets of places that she could work in the United States of America, and being in the DMV is one of them. She had to kind of stay up here. I think the closest thing to and I want no one coming for me for this, but the closest thing to scientific research in what she does, I think it's in the orange factories in Florida, which she didn't want
Oh
to do.
wow. Well, you
So
you missed the mark by about 1,000 miles
yeah,
from that
but
one.
so yeah, she's like a big pharma scientist. So I had to like follow wherever she led,
Sure.
sort of thing. So
And your journey brought you to Arium AE. So that's,
yeah,
in
yeah.
the end, it all worked out.
Yes, it did actually. Yes, it did.
It's good. It's good. And so, did you have experience working in design firms prior to coming here, or was this your first kind of, you came, you met with Scott, you said, I've built ductwork for the finest resorts in St. Lucia, and he said, sold.
Well,
If you can do that,
actually,
you can do anything.
I had prior experience in the US. I have worked with US firms
Right,
back
right.
in the
But doing building
yeah,
design,
the
doing building
building
engineering.
design definitely in the US. Yeah, I was like about 2.5 years in. One of the things about mechanical engineering and when you deal with building services, what we call building service, which is MEP, um, when we design systems, is that you have to learn the climate of wherever
Right.
the buildings are.
Yep.
So this was kind of like one of the bigger challenges, always getting to, I'm in this new area, I need to learn all about.
Well, the good news is you got humidity I mean, like,
Yeah,
you wanted humidity, you're coming from the Caribbean.
yeah.
We've got humidity. So,
Yeah, it's wet. It's nice. I like that. It's very green up here too. I like that too. I really appreciate that. But
have you been here for a winter yet?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
last
Well,
winter's kind of
I don't know. Last winter was kind of a
the
dud.
one before that. It only snowed like one.
Yeah. We've had a couple years of duds from the snow standpoint.
I've been here. I've been here. I think like more than 5, 6 winters already.
Oh, wow.
Like
Okay.
different types.
So then you've acclimated.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
You've
yeah.
bought your first snowblower. You are,
Well, the Swedish side of things,
oh,
like yeah,
so there you
Northern
go.
winter is kind
Yeah.
of
So then this is like
yeah.
embarrassing when you talk to relatives in Sweden.
Yeah, they're like 17 degrees summer with like yeah,
Right.
it's
So, Joe, let's talk a little bit about coming from an international background to the United States, on the design side. Was it an adjustment at all from, I feel like in the United States, you get, it's the international mechanical code, international building code, everything is so dictated to you. Was there an adjustment to that at all? Or you were saying that you were using ASHRAE in the Caribbean, right? So,
yeah. So it was definitely an adjustment because anything mechanical is based in the climatically
climate
based,
zone,
yeah, climate
right?
zone based. So as expected, we have a different climate zone back in the Caribbean. So adjusting to what we have here in terms of our climate zones in the United States, um, and learning that also there's a big aspect of the design systems. Like we don't really have in the HVAC, we don't really have the heating component, right?
Right,
So we're more VAC. So
right.
the heating was something I had to like, get into and stuff more and understand it. But for the most part, I mean, everything is logical. If you have an engineering background anywhere in the world, you just have to adjust to the jurisdiction and learn the codes, etc.
Has it been helpful coming to an AE firm and seeing the architectural side of things?
So that
Or
that
did we just annoy you? Did
that
the
was the
architects
most
just annoy you
that was the
immensely?
most fascinating part of it because when I did my interview, it was Scott and Brian, right? And when they mentioned, well, obviously I did a little background on the website. I looked at stuff. But when I learned this firm was architecture, architecture and engineering, I was amazed because the last place I worked in St. Lucia was an AE firm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was actually an AE firm that um, I would say we developed, right? Because I was well, a director of that firm. So we had like four co-directors and we created this firm with the vision of having architecture and engineering very close to each other.
Right.
And it was so refreshing that because we know most firms, engineering firms will be, if it's MEP, you'll have electrical, mechanical, and plumbing engineers. So coming to Arium, I already like could have understood the strengths, and it was very, for me, very welcoming and very easy to assimilate myself into because it's, I mean, one of the challenges you have when you're dealing with interdisciplinary coordination is, getting the architect on the same page with the engineer, and then you have to rely on emails and calls, and you have to get people when they're available, right? But the beautiful thing about Arium is that the architects sit right next to you, the engineers sit right next to you, and then coordination becomes a breeze. It's
You're
we
not waiting
discuss.
3 days to
No,
get an email to find out somebody
no,
moved a wall. Yeah, I mean
exactly.
that's the highlight that I feel like in all six of these episodes we've when we talk about this, it's like the one thing that always jumps out.
Generally, architects that don't have as much interaction with engineers, they obviously don't. There are certain things that have to be coordinated
Yeah.
that within Arium,
Yeah,
it's
like
like
where are you going to put
straightforward.
where are you going to put a mechanical unit, or where are you
Yeah.
going to put an air handler
When I
or
get my
a
backgrounds,
electrical panel?
when I get my backgrounds from our architects, it's like there's very few questions in terms of that coordination that I would have to maybe spend two days on with another architect trying to get them to understand what I'm asking for. And it's just straightforward. It's part of, I think it helps with the efficiency of processing a project.
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. I think so. So unrelated, with having Swedish blood, 50%, do you find it natural putting IKEA furniture together? Is it something that just happens like without you don't even need the little stick figure to tell you what to do?
Yeah, yeah. I enjoy putting IKEA furniture together.
I
I'll
don't
be
know. It's something I've
honest.
always wanted. This is my entire knowledge of Sweden is basically from experiences. I just assume in Sweden they make meatballs and was it Lingonberry?
Lingonberries, yeah.
Lingonberry, that's real, right? Is that a
Yeah,
real thing?
yeah, that's a real thing. They put it on their meatballs and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
So
So it's not a lie. They're not lying
oh
to us
my
at
gosh,
IKEA.
it's so amazing that you read the history and you come from all these Vikings and barbarians and then you go down the line and in modern times Sweden you have IKEA and
That's all I've got. That's
Milka
everything for me.
chocolates.
That is
And
literally
very, very, very nice, passive people. It's like, weren't you
they're
guys
very
violent
tall,
like a
Joe.
thousand
They're
years
very
ago?
tall. I find when I meet Scandinavian people, it just like I self height shame myself. I'm like these people
Yeah,
are
they're a bit
very, very,
intimidating.
very
My
tall,
cousins are tall, yeah.
tall people.
Yeah.
So your chill, laid back side is definitely the St. Lucia side, right?
I guess both of them in a way, but yeah, I love the island life. I must say, I enjoy nature, so I love the beaches. I love that part of it.
Have you been to Ocean City, Maryland?
Yes, I have.
What are your
It's
thoughts?
fun. It's a commercial.
Wait, before you answer, think of our audience.
I know.
Who's listening to this podcast?
It's a
Or just
nice.
the you were surprised by how clear the water was and warm.
I didn't go in the water. I just want to state that. So I don't want to share my opinion of the water because I never went in it. So it would be very it wouldn't be an objective comment, so I didn't
I
experience
will
the
I
one.
will note this episode is not brought to you by the Carousel in Ocean City, Maryland. It's brought to you by
But Ocean City was a lot of fun.
Sandals
It was a
in
lot of
St.
fun.
Lucia.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Got my steps up. I was like 15,000 steps.
Where in Ocean
Yeah,
City?
of course.
It's funny. Did you go on the boardwalk?
Yeah, definitely.
Not a lot of boardwalks in St. Lucia, right?
Not that long for sure.
No,
Much shorter.
no.
Yeah.
So I did my only St. Lucia trivia that I remember from visiting there is it's the only volcano that you can drive into.
Yeah, Soufre.
I remember that.
Yes, definitely. It's a beautiful, picturesque, historical town.
And then
And
there's sulfuric mud
yes,
that you all put into small containers and sell to tourists for extremely expensive prices.
actually, Bill, you should stay on the tour. You should have stayed on the tour because
I should have stayed on the tour.
whoever sold you that mud wasn't part of the
Wasn't part
tour.
of the tour. I bought a lot of mud.
Someone got you, man.
They did. I know.
Yeah,
Got my wife.
you go into the hot baths and the mud is for free. You just use
Just-
up the mud. Yeah, there's the black one and there's the white
Boy, I
one.
went to the wrong. No, that wasn't the
Yeah,
tour that I was on.
yeah. We like to take
That tour it went right. There was you could have gone right and or left, and I think we went to the
Yeah,
left.
you maybe took a wrong turn, man. Because normally you put the black mud all over your body, and then you take the white mud, and they like stamp hand signs on them. So
Oh wow!
yeah, so like you have like those handprints.
And these are like the hot springs, right?
Yeah, that's the hot springs. It's very therapeutical, very good for your skin and stuff.
So St. Lucian, do you have a what is your everything down in the Caribbean is rum, right? So sugar cane has got to be like a huge sugar cane and bananas. Are
We're
those
we're bananas. Barbados is sugarcane.
Barbados is sugar cane,
Yeah.
but then does that mean Barbados has the better rum?
No, Barbados is nice and flat. They got decent rum, I would say. But again, I'll be biased for St. Lucia. Their water is the problem, I think. 'Cause,
Yeah,
yeah, again, I if I had to rank rum, I would Guyana would be up there, but St. Lucia, our Admiral Rodney rum, it's for
Admiral
me,
Admiral
Admiral
R-
Rodney.
Rodney.
Yeah. It's from St. Lucia Distillers.
Well, now I'm
For
interested.
me, it's my favorite rum.
Is it aged? Is it
Very much so. It's aged. Yeah. My second favorite rum actually is El Dorado out of Guyana. So
right? That's
yeah.
Collins
Yeah,
mainstay.
definitely. So when it comes to rum, yeah, that's where we at. But it's funny because we actually have distilleries that have popped up. Well, craft distilleries, not commercial.
Right.
And they actually make vodka and gin out of
In
very
St.
strange,
Lucia,
yes, very strange. I know
like
this
island.
particular gentleman, he makes it out of breadfruit.
Okay.
And yeah, they make vodka and it is really good, well, in my opinion.
Well, I want to thank you again for joining us, Joe. This has been a lot of fun getting to hear about your exciting background. I mean, I don't have nearly as an I think most of the people I've interviewed don't have anything near as an exciting background as your experience coming into engineering from a workshop on a beach in a Caribbean,
Yeah.
vacation destination.
Well, it's funny where you end up in life because you get thrown around a bit, but yeah.
Ocean City, Maryland. You ended up at Ocean City, Maryland, and we're wondering what the hell happened? How did I go from the beautiful beaches of St. Lucia and here I am playing arcade games with my kids on a boardwalk?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's different. I would admit it's different, but it is what it is. We adapt, and at least the engineering stays consistent because engineering is engineering wherever you go, and it's the practice here. I am having fun with it. I'm learning a lot. Yeah, Arium has been a very good experience as far as my experiences go. I look forward to
Many more years.
many more years,
That's
exactly.
great. Joe, it's been a good time. We will talk in a few minutes about projects, I'm sure. And for everyone listening, we will have another exciting episode. Lucky 7 will be coming up. All righty. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Bill.
All right. See ya. Bye.